The history of Formula One, the ultimate journey through time. From the 1940s to today, Formula One has brought together the fastest cars and the bravest drivers from all over the world, pushing the limits of speed, skill, and engineering. Now it's one of the most famous racing competitions in the world. Let's explore the exciting history of F1 and learn about this thrilling sport's past. Before we begin, subscribe to our channel F1 Box for more amazing F1 content. Let's begin by going back to the 1920s when Formula One started to shape up. But it wasn't until 1946 that F1 was officially recognized as a kind of racing with the same rules for everyone. This was a huge moment for racing fans everywhere. The first race following these new rules was the Turin Grand Prix that same year. In 1950, it all started with the first ever World Championship race at Silverstone in England, doubling as the debut of the British Grand Prix. That same year, Scuderia Ferrari joined the championship, making waves at the Monaco Grand Prix. But the action didn't stop there. In 1953, Argentina shook things up by hosting the first championship Grand Prix outside of Europe. Since then, a whopping 76 circuits around the globe have hosted these iconic races. Some are purpose-built tracks, while others wind through city streets closed off just for the event. Now let's talk about something that really changed the game. The 1950s saw the birth of the Constructors' Championship in 1958, and let's not forget Stirling Moss's groundbreaking win in 1958, where he raced to victory in the first ever rear-engined F1 car. This design quickly became the standard for all Formula One cars. Exciting times indeed. The evolution era in F1. Let's shift gears through the exciting decades of the 60s, 70s, and 80s. We notice even more changes happening and big events taking place in Formula One. In 1967, the German Grand Prix made waves as the first ever F1 race to be televised in vibrant colour, bringing the action to life like never before. Then, in 1968, Lotus cars sported logos, kicking off the era of sponsorship in Formula One. Fast forward to 1976, and Japan stole the spotlight by hosting its F1 Grand Prix, marking a historic moment as the race expanded its reach to Asia for the first time. In the 1980s, the rise of electronic driver aids started, with Lotus revealing a new active suspension system in 1982. Also, there was a driver strike against the introduction of driving licenses. Well, at least we know Formula One always leads the way. Entering the golden era. In the 1990s, Alain Prost and Ayrton Senna had a big rivalry in Formula One. People hoped Prost moving to Ferrari would calm things down after the bad ending to the 1980s, but it didn't. They raced hard against each other. Prost won 5 times with Ferrari, while Senna won 6 with McLaren. The big moment was at Suzuka, where Senna crashed into Prost on purpose to win the championship. This made their rivalry look bad. The next year, Ferrari had problems and Prost got fired for complaining publicly. Even though it was exciting, their rivalry had some bad parts that took away from the sport's greatness for a bit. The historical summer of 1991. In the summer of 1991, Michael Schumacher joined Formula One in an exciting way. He took over Bertrand Gachot's place at Jordan, who got into trouble for a strange incident with a London taxi driver and pepper spray. Schumacher amazed everyone at Spa by qualifying 7th in his first F1 race weekend. Before that, he raced with Sauber Mercedes in sports cars to get some experience. It was a debut that really surprised everyone. Here we see battles of getting on top. Alain Prost won his 4th World Championship in 1993. Then Michael Schumacher started winning with Benetton in 1994 and 1995. Schumacher was known for driving aggressively and being really good at it, which made him a big deal in Formula One. During the 1990s, Schumacher had some intense races against rivals like Damon Hill, Jacques Villeneuve and Mika Hakkinen. People loved watching them compete because it was so exciting. At the same time, Formula One was getting better with new technologies like traction control and semi-automatic gearboxes, making the cars faster and more powerful. Also, the 1990s brought significant advancements in safety within Formula One. The debut of the first safety car at the British Grand Prix in 1992 made an important moment, but unfortunately, tragedy struck in 1994 with the loss of 2 drivers at the San Marino Grand Prix. This led to making safety even better in Formula 1. This continued into the 2000s and 2010s with the introduction of the halo feature. It's a protective barrier above the driver that stops big things and debris from getting into the cockpit, keeping their head safe. Since 2018, it's been required in all F1 cars and has saved a lot of lives. What's your favorite era? Comment below. In the 2000s, Scuderia Ferrari was really strong, winning 5 times in a row in both the Drivers' Championships and Constructors' Championships from 2000 to 2004. They also won in 2007 and 2008, with Lewis Hamilton winning his first Drivers' Championship in 2008. As we accelerate into the 2010s, Red Bull started winning a lot, taking home 4 straight Constructors' Championships from 2010 to 2013. The recent history, the love of Formula 1. As we step into the previous decade, we encounter some unforgettable moments and impressive achievements that become part of F1 history. In 2014, Lewis Hamilton got his 2nd championship, and then in 2015 he grabbed his 3rd title. At least we all have these moments in our memories. In 2016, Max Verstappen entered Formula 1 at just 18 years old and impressed everyone with his amazing talent. That same year, Nico Rosberg finally won his first Drivers' Championship title with Mercedes. It's incredible to think that from 2017 to 2020, Lewis Hamilton won every Drivers' Championship, making him one of the greatest with a record-tying 7 World Championship titles shared with Michael Schumacher. Even though the COVID-19 pandemic messed up the championship in 2020 and 2021, the races still happened without any fans. Things got back to normal in 2022, and Max Verstappen won his 2nd World Drivers' Championship in a row for Red Bull, with Charles Leclerc from Ferrari coming in 2nd place. 2022 to 2023 saw intense competition and thrilling races. With new regulations focused on promoting closer racing, fans witnessed exciting battles on the track. Max Verstappen continued to showcase his talent, while Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc remained strong contenders. The emergence of young drivers like George Russell added further excitement to the grid. And that wraps up the exciting journey of Formula 1, a sport all about passion, new ideas, and super fun times. As we look back on what's happened, we're super pumped for what's coming next in this awesome racing adventure. If you want more content about the history of teams and cars, comment below. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel, F1 Box Box. Until next time, keep those engines roaring and enjoy the ride.